There we go. Live right now. Let me share. Live right now. My good people. Okay. Share to the group. Okay. So where you based out of?
I'm based out of New Orleans.
New Orleans. New Orleans.
Yeah, New
No,
Orleans. Nah.
my first New Orleans. I mean, I've interviewed people from New Orleans, but I have not been interviewed from people in New Orleans yet. So this is a new. This is first. This is a first for me. That's
Yeah, I
good.
got a nice base. I interviewed too many people from my home state, but I've interviewed people from all over the world,
Yeah,
internationally and
yeah,
locally.
yeah. Over.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but only reason being because when I started doing this, I started off just getting a lot of random interviews, people from out of state. So it was natural to
You know
start
they can
that
hear
way and
this,
work
right?
my way back in. Yeah,
You know they can hear all this convo, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, like interviews are different. Like when I do mine, they go, oh, alert, 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 alert. You know what that means?
Oh goddamn!
Chickadee, chickadee.
About to say. Oh goddamn! Hold on. My turn. Okay, there we go. Somebody turn that thing on the normal.
Magic. Let me breathe. Yeah, I got a couple of things up there. I done got my new stuff up there yet. It's on the I got a tune core distribution and uh this one's my own. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went one way, they went another way.
JPP.
Hold on now.
Yeah,
Hold on now. Come on now. Get it right, Spotify.
that's let me breathe.
Underground,
Okay.
above
Yeah, y'all
ground,
like,
to the
I'm
cloud.
sitting. Yo,
Run your shit underground, run your shit underground, run your shit underground, above ground, to the cloud. Pushing in the major league, put us in the major leagues, unapologetically, raw to the core, let me breathe. Run your shit underground, run your shit underground, run your shit underground, above ground, to the cloud. Pushing in the major league, put us in the major leagues, unapologetically, raw to the core, let me breathe. Woo! Y'all talking grind, but I want it. This K-Bay rapping JBB, now grind city, y'all on it? You watching or you hating, debating or straight faking. Don't matter to me, don't bother with either, or the mission is to make it. That paper, hand to hand, bring it back here to the lab and invest it all in me, cause on some real shit, yo, I'm all I have. Vision, keep it to myself, explore ways of building up my net worth. Folks wanna work me, small chunks tight, get it from the dirt. And I make funk, what? Don't get your feelings hurt. Buttons, yeah, make the beat stump, and I don't do work with no chumps. Only real ones with me. Rise up with the city, and we'll put it on the TV. We rep in nation, hitting bars so hard the way you see me. Run your shit underground, run it underground, run your shit underground, above ground, to the cloud. Push it in the major league, put us in the major leagues, unapologetically, raw to the core. Let me
woo! Y'all talking grind, but I'm on it.
Smoke with you, man. It's all good, man. Hey, yo.
Uh oh. Uh oh. I don't know where your voice went.
I'm on mute. Yo,
Yo,
yo, man, that was Let Me Breathe by my special guest, entertainer, poet, motivational speaker, the artist formerly known as
boom,
wait, the pusher.
the
Did I say
button
that right?
push,
The button pusher.
formerly known as.
Coach K in the building.
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Everything is
Hey,
good. Everything is up. Everything is up. I'm up. You up. We here. We chopping it up. So let's chop it up. What's good?
absolutely. Absolutely. Before we get into anything, for those who don't know who you are, get them a little background.
My name is K Bay, aka the constant motherfucking grinder, aka the button pusher, formerly known as the button pusher, aka Coach K. Uh, Media mogul, artist, sometimes. Uh, it's an all around energy for entertainers and entrepreneurs. So that's a calm down
tell
description.
us about eh, tell us about why you started Grind City Media.
So Ground City Media LLC is my second company. I had a company prior called Just Pressing Buttons Productions for 20 years. I ran that company, and that was just like the startup, the learning, the lumps, and I gave a lot in that company because I didn't understand business then. So once I got my building, I
Mhm.
rebranded to Grind City. So Grind City is just an extension of what I had already been doing, and I actually have a physical location that is designated for the community of arts. At the time when I rebranded, that's what I was the lane I was still in, and I started both companies because there was a lack of media for independent artists and entrepreneurs. So I was an artist, and I seen a need in another lane, and decided to. The best way that I can serve my community, which was the independent hip hop community in my city at the time, was to be more of a media. So that's why I started my companies.
Absolutely. Um, you see, you've been doing this for 30 years, and I know this hip hop industry is a tough ground, especially on the underground scene. What motivates you to get up every day and want to get this 100 to 180% every day?
Oh man, I would probably have to say the first motivation is my God because He gives me some powers. He gives me some um, skills. He gives me some talent, and to not use them would be disrespectful to my creator. So that would be my motivation: is to get up and use what I my God given talent. I don't have one specific one that I'm grand and great at, but
Mm,
He's given me the ability to learn and to teach myself, and so that's what I've done. He's also given me the
mm.
ability to empower other people, so that's what I've done. So that motivation to make sure that I keep myself at a high level so that those people that I'm looking to encourage, inspire, and give opportunity to understand that they are dealing with someone who works and functions on a high level. So it's all right to be a part of this camp.
Absolutely, absolutely. Tell us, um, what made you form Grinders Magazine, and just give us the layout of Grinders Magazine.
Oh, Grounders Magazine. I should have one right here. I'm gonna run and go get one. Be right back.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go get off 5 it's the mad dash sprint across the studio. Bow. Here we go. So, Grounders Magazine. I was saying, Grounders Magazine. So I put the print volumes out every quarter. We're at the fifth one. This is the latest one. It just came out in September,
Okay,
featuring Lassie from Denmark.
okay,
And um,
okay.
so Grounders Magazine is basically an extension of the work that I've always been focused on doing, and that was talking about and showcasing people that we should be talking about or showcasing, but we're not. That individual or group of individuals who are doing dope stuff where they are, and no one's giving them press. No one's giving them press. I have
Right.
a magazine here, this cover here, this woman right here, Dr. K. She's in Phoenix,
Mm,
Arizona. This woman is brilliant.
mm,
She is fighting for the water rights down there because there's a fight with the corporations. They're trying to control the water because it's desert down there. Why are we not talking about this? Why is this not? This woman has a doctorate in meteorology. You know how many of
mm,
our women, or people, period, but our women have a doctorate? She's one of seven of our women. Why are we not talking about
mm,
this? And so I wanted to
mm,
build a platform for that. That this there was something tangible, not just the internet, but something tangible. And I also wanted to be able to showcase young people, baby grinders. That's what we call them, baby grinders, because they are going to school and they may play a sport and they keep their grades at a certain level and they keep their sport at a certain. Are they the superstars of the team? Maybe not, but they should
mm,
get some type of coverage and recognition as well, because I remember being that kid that did I'm not perfect, but I walked that right life the correct way. I didn't get into a lot of trouble. I didn't do, and nobody pays that any attention. Now if you go to jail and you
mm,
come out and you clean your life up, oh man, everybody give you awards, you're the man, you're awesome. And not to say that they're not, for people who have done that, it's not to say that they're not awesome, because that's a hard life to live, to change. And so I salute that. But what about the people who did not take that path and are doing
mm,
great things? We don't give those people enough credit. And I think if we can start doing that for our younger folks, we can create a trend that that's okay to just be cool, just be normal, just be chill, do what you're doing and do it at a high level. Even if you're not getting the college scholarship, you're still doing something positive at a high level. And we want to commend you for that. We want to write you up. So we put that in the magazine as well. We also showcase that on grindersmagazine.com.
I love y'all message and y'all mission, which is heal to build, create. I love y'all message. I love what y'all trying to do for the youth because they need a lot of more positive influences in the world. So much negative stuff. People debate the music a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I understand why they debate the music a lot because it fits a narrative that probably the government and people say the government or such a the higher ups or whomever want to put out there. It's good too when we could put something out there that's refreshing for the children, something that's different than we used to. Because I grew up where we had community centers, and we grew up where we go in there, man. We play video games. And at the end of the day, we got a word from the Bible.
Yeah,
We was taught unity. We was taught, love your brother.
love
Keep
instead of
hatred
hate.
out your heart.
Love instead of
Yeah,
hate.
yeah, absolutely. These kids don't have no direction these days. People say why the OGs don't speak to them. It's not that the OGs don't speak to them. It's just that the children won't listen. You got to pique their interest. You got to be.
I want to speak on that real quick too, because we have to be careful with that narrative. Adults
Mhm,
don't listen either.
mhm, mhm,
You understand? And Heal to Build, let me clarify. So Here to Build and Coach K, they're kind of new to the entity. I've been a button pusher for a very, very long time. And the button pusher was really focused on entertainment. And when I began to realize that certain things occur differently for women in the underground hip hop scene than it does for men, I started to realize that how badly it had affected me as a human being, as a
mm,
person. I'm a really happy, chill, laid back person. And I started becoming a little angry, more aggressive. And that was the people that people were seeing. That was the person that people were seeing as I grew deeper into my 3 decades of being in business. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not the right representation of myself, because I let this energy get on me. So recently I said, you know what? You can switch lanes in your life whenever you want to. And if it benefits you, you should do it. So I switched from being a button pusher. I retired her. We've She's done all she's going to do as an entertainer, whatever, sit her in the corner. But Coach K has always been the type of person to tell these young people, older people, whoever is in my energy, listen, you can do it. You're positive. And so I had to feed those things to myself. So I had to begin to heal myself so that I can be the authentic
mm,
individual that I am. So when I did that work, I decided to say, you know what? if I'm going to present that part of the button pusher, the pusher part of the button pusher, the one that's going to push you and
Mhm.
motivate you, if I'm going to present that part, I like that part, I'm going to keep that part of myself, and I'm going to use that part of myself. I'm going to do it as a coach, and I'm going to go back to working with young people because my scope had broadened to not just young people but young adults. And although they're my babies, they aren't babies. These are grown men and
Mhm.
women, and sometimes you just can't
Mhm.
influence that. So I need to go back and deal with the youth where I began my career. So that's where Heal the Bill come from. If you're an adult and you need a coaching session from Coach K, you're having one of those days. The grind will wear your mind down. It doesn't mean you need therapy. Sometimes it doesn't mean you want to go see a shrink or things like that. Sometimes you need to just vent and get some things off your chest. So I've made myself available for that, and we walk out and talk out ways to cope with what's going on in the grind. And I send you homework and things like that. So it's a whole real coaching session, but it's not as scripted and as structured as some of these therapy sessions because some of us don't need therapies. We just need someone to listen.
Exactly. I think I just said this. I had an interview. Um, Actually, I did a listening party for Austria artist Marino, and in that listening party, he was talking about going through some things in his personal life, and I said the same thing. I said most of the time people just want to have an ear to listen. Um, and I've worked in security for a long time, for a little while, and I've seen some homeless people out there. And you'll physically think. I told somebody this one day. I sat here with a man for about 6 hours, and all he did was flinch, flinch, flinch. But in a brief moment, for a good 5 minutes, he had enough sense to come ask me, "Did I have a cigarette?"
Hmm.
That, but it took for me to hear him out in order to hear him. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying. So sometimes you gotta hear that person out. Somebody could be screaming for help, and you don't see it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
it's
So,
notorious in the entertainment field, especially when it comes to
mm,
hip hop, because we have a
mm,
culture that says, "Don't cry, don't feel, don't." They tell these
mm,
young people that now they're starting to kind of push the spiritual side of things. But when you're looking at young people who are looking to get money, the
mm,
harder they are in the industry, that is what gets seen and that's what gets picked up. And so you have these young people like the Blueface and they're fighting each other, they're hitting each other, they're doing a whole bunch of
oh
toxic
yeah.
things to each other because there's no healing taking place, and you can't. It is
Mm,
very difficult once you're famous to go heal somewhere because you can't hide that. It's public. So if you
mm,
go to a shrink,
mm,
you don't know if they're there for your money, they're not for the fame. So it's just one of those services that I wanted to offer. Is in addition to the other things that I provide as services, I wanted to say, listen, let's step away from me teaching you how to podcast or teaching you this. Let's see what your mind, because if you don't got this right, it will affect your grind at some point. And even if you get the
mhm,
shine, it will affect your shine at some point. You must be prepared for what you asked for. So when I
mm.
began to realize that inside myself and do that work myself, it was no brainer for me to offer that to other people. So that's what
Absolutely.
heal to build is about.
You had excuse me, the little bells there.
Well, get it
All
out.
right.
It's better off
Drinking the water.
it's better off
I'm
than
trying
this.
to tell you. I was trying to tell you. We're gonna take a little musical break, and we got some more questions for Coach K. So y'all stay in the building, and she might have some wise. Just y'all just stay in the building. I
Stand the
don't want
building.
y'all active. I see y'all.
Stand the building.
Say something in the comments. Say hi. Say something.
Hey, where the hearts at?
Uh,
Where the love at? Can I get some love?
we got in here. Now I'm not playing this in no random order. I'm just picking at this point.
Oh, do you think, bro?
Uh,
There go. I don't know what you playing. So hold up.
worse. Whatever y'all do, don't get it.
Oh
This is
no, oh bro, no, no. Trust me, I've experimented on so many different kinds of equipment in 30 years. I run my own music studio, my own TV studio, my own.
Stop. Stop
I
wasting time, man. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Cut it out, man. Fake ones, you swear you gon' hate, around my way. See my shit fire, but still won't hit play. When they see me coming, they look the other way. I drop some dope shit and they be like, it's okay. Then I make a banger and they be like, shit. KB on the mic, low key, her shit lit. Then you hear the hater like, fuck that bitch. Now I'm in your grill, your mouth needs stitch. Now you're pressing charges, crying like a snitch. Cause you didn't think buttons would snap and flip. Now you in the back, acting innocent, while I'm laughing in the front, counting my chips. What did we learn? Respect my shit, cause if you don't fuck around and get popped in your lip. Look up what I do, you'll see it's legit. I don't need drugs to finance this, so watch what you say about Grind City, baby. Na 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 na. 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 Stop. Stop right on top, man. Why? You swear you don't hate, don't hate, don't hate, don't hate, don't hate, don't swear you don't hate, don't hate, don't hate, don't hate, don't hate. So that's what they say, but ain't spending no money around my way. See my shit fire, but still won't hit play. When they see me coming, they look the other way. When they see me coming, they look the other way.
Just talk about that real quick.
Don't get mad at me cause I said a high standard, family. Step up your game, baby. No sideway alley deals over here. Business. Straight up and down. Crystal clear. Y'all like janky shit. I'm not janky, that's why y'all can't handle me. So fuck y'all.
I was mad, bro.
I said, fuck y'all.
I got mad.
We worldwide, baby. Dig me? Grind City TV, roll cool at us. See the finest independent content out here. Shout out to my squad. Y'all know who you are. Refrigerator Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, Jersey, Maryland, New York, LA. We are nation and worldwide, baby.
I was mad on that one. That's the outlet, you know? Music's the outlet.
That was dope though. That was dope though.
Music's the
That was
outlet.
dope.
Like, so I put music out because it was like requested. Like, put some music out.
Yeah.
Just because I can. But I really make music for myself because if I don't have an outlet from all of the stress, it can beat you up. So that was a period of time where I was really frustrated. Like we spoke earlier about how things go in the scene when you do something for so long for so many people. And I have proof. I'm not just sitting here talking stuff. Like I really got receipts for the work that I've done in my city, and it goes overlooked so much. It will frustrate you. It will literally frustrate you. So sometimes you got them songs where you listen. I hear what you're saying. Don't get it twisted. Like I'm not from the hood and I won't punch you in the mouth. So instead of
Right.
punch you in your mouth, And saying names and being real toxic, sometimes you just got to get that energy out. So I got it out, put it out, and I'm going to the next thing. I don't stay.
On to the next.
Yeah, I don't stay there very long. I'm too old for that shit.
Now, to tell you, that's the difference, young fellas, from moving like a boss and moving like a worker. You got to know the difference. You got to move in a certain structure, and some things you got to also know. I'm not a motivational speaker, but you can call me that. I did some sermons here and there. And one of my sermons was knowing when you in your season and knowing which things are supposed to last and for a certain amount of limitations. Sometimes we have people that comes in our life that ain't supposed to be there that long. Sometimes it's things in our life that we ain't supposed to be doing that long. Some things is just temporary. I'm not gonna start preaching to y'all, but understand it's good to know
I like that
when
shirt.
sometimes it's good to pick up and move. What the shirt said, let it
Look, I got a
slide.
whole jam on there called Slide. Sometimes you gotta let some shit slide. That's literally a
See what it
song.
said? Stop letting
I'm not playing with you. I love my friends. I
inside.
literally got a song that says that.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's dope.
Let it slide.
Gotta let-
Yeah, man. Sometimes like the shirt says, sometimes you gotta stop letting inside drama escalate.
Absolutely.
The things you think in your mind is an inside drama. Funny she said that in my shirt is the walking epitome of that thought process.
Yes,
When we go through our mental crunches and shit break us down like this shit here, the background that go down with this, and it's on a real level, the background that go down, putting this together, making time, being dedicated to this shit. And I just do it on the online. So imagine going city to city, state to state. Then you tired. You gotta entertain fast. You gotta put yourself in the artist shoes. You gotta put yourself in the AR shoes. You gotta put yourself in the actor shoes. And a lot of times fans don't do that, so they don't see the mental breakdown that these artists and these content creators and these people that's giving y'all entertainment go through on a day-to-day basis.
indeed. Like I can
You
speak
know,
on
so
every aspect of it. I've been an artist. I've been in front of the camera. I've interviewed people. I literally just retired from interviewing people last week after 30 years of doing it. I've been the camera person, the editor, the producer. I do these magazines. I put these magazines together. Like, you know what I mean? So I know every step of what it takes to make something not only just creative, but make it function properly. So it can be
mm,
very, very taxing and exhausting, especially when you're wanting to do it so people can understand the people that you are showcasing need to be showcased. Watch this. Stop watching the
mm,
same stuff over and over and then complaining about it or feeding into the toxicity of it. Look at something different. There is something positive going on over here. And humans, we have this weird thing with us where we stick to the same lane no matter how damaging it is, and we have to change that.
mm,
So that's one of my missions to, I'll switch lanes when I got to, and I do, and I did. So
mm.
that's where we're at right now. So
Yeah, absolutely. Um, you also, I'm saying,
what's up, Miss
drop
Sonia?
two.
My AI director's on here. What's up, Miss Sonia? What's good with you?
Let's go.
Thanks for tapping in. That's my home skillet right there. What's good?
Tap in, man. I see you. It was good. You also dropped two international award-winning videos, Italy and India. Tell us about that.
All right. So as much as I love hip hop, I'm a business person. And
Mm-hmm.
I use my skills where people want to pay for them. So I have an artist that I work with. He is a 60-something-year-old uh, European guy that makes soft rock, and he loves
Mm-hmm.
my eye for his music. When I hear his music, I instantly start picturing how it would look on the video. So he is one of those people who absolutely invest in his career. He gets my product as his videographer, and he ships himself. And those two of his videos won awards out of the country, and one of them was solely because of the video itself. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, that kind of blew me away, because a lot of the things that I promote is about other artists. I very rarely say, hey, I'm a videographer. I very rarely
mm,
say I'm a producer. I don't say that because I normally don't offer that to people. Those are things that I know how to do. And I know that if you want me to edit your video, shoot and edit your video, you need to have a budget. So I'm not even going to offer that to a lot of the independent artists because they're going to start, well, can I get, no, you cannot.
right.
You absolutely
If
cannot.
I don't want a favor,
Well, we're not doing
get a
that. It
letter.
ain't the Hollywood up in here, okay? If you call me out with my camera, be prepared to pay for that. So I had to learn, like we talked about lanes earlier, I had to learn that certain lanes aren't available to everyone. But I do have the
Mhm.
skills and the talent and the people who are willing to invest in that from me, then absolutely I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna give you the service because you're gonna pay me to do it. And I'm also gonna give you a great service and you're also gonna go promote that service because you're proud of it. And so that's what he did, and that's how I got those awards. Very proud of that.
Absolutely, and I'm behind the scenes person myself. And one thing I always say is respect the shooter. You don't know who behind the lens. The most humble people are behind the lens. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on behind the lens. So respect the shooter, as I always say. One thing else I like about you, like I said, I used to be a poet and a writer. I started off doing this when I was 15. I was writing movies and stuff like that. And as over time, life got in the way, and I wasn't writing as much. But it still come to me like yesterday. But I wasn't writing as much. I never tried to push it as a career or anything like that because when it started for me, it was a hobby. It took me a while to realize that I was actually a little bit gooder than I thought I was. And I was like, okay, I'm okay with this here. Maybe I could turn to something else. And then this here came accidentally. But you have a book out and a documentary. The book called The Building Process. The documentary is The Push Button Who.
But
And they're both on Amazon.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm a self-published author and a documentary. I shot most of it myself. The other footage was taken from the showcases that I would throw and things like that, and I edited and published that out myself too. It's important to document your existence because
Mm,
when you look at any city, any scene, the first thing these people are going to try to do is compare you to someone or make a list or, put their label on you. And
mm,
if the label fits you, fine. And sometimes they just don't. Sometimes they just don't list you, no matter how much work you've done. So it is your job to
mm,
make sure that you document your existence, document your work, document
mm,
your lane, and that's what the book was. The building process is really about my first company, and it's a very small read. It's not very long, but it tells you how I developed the communication with the artists, the community, and the venues and things of that nature, and how I went out and threw this show, what the show was about. So when I threw shows, we had food, real free food at my shows. We when I look at throwing an event, I look at it as the artist, the
mhm,
the promoter, the venue owner, and the fan. Everybody needs to be benefiting. Everyone needs to be benefiting, in my opinion, when they throw a show. So as an artist, the artist naturally at that time, now I'm talking 15 years ago, I threw shows. I was live streaming to my website then, before people even knew what live streaming was. I was doing that then. So the artist got to be streamed live to the world. They got free food, they got tickets to sell, and they kept half that money. So we got the artists taken care of, plus they got to rock the mic. The venue
mm,
owner definitely got their pay up front, and they got their bar. I keep my door. I'm the promoter, the venue taking care. So what does the fan get? What does the fan get? The fan is the most important person. That is the person that
mm,
spends their money. What does the fan get? So when I looked at it as the fan, and I'm coming into a show that I'm probably 9 times out of 10 going to know one group on this show, the person that I bought the ticket to come see. What is going to make me stay at this show? Why would I stay here? Because they're going to feed.
mm,
I'm
mm,
talking about little pizza. I'm talking about every show for 4.5 years. Every month, the show was called the Hip Hop Buffet Series. I would have people say,
mm.
I didn't eat dinner this Sunday because I need that chicken and that macaroni and cheese and that cornbread. I need that. Like we had home
Right.
cooked food at these shows, so it was able to create an atmosphere for
Hmm.
All kinds of people, younger and older, to be in the building. The food brought down the alcohol, so we didn't have violence, and we jumped around and we did hip hop. So by the time they left on a Sunday, they were exhausted. 11 o'clock, you
Hmm.
ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. So that's what the book talks about. The book talks about knowing that homeless people were going to come around in that area where we were. So instead of just shooing them away, make an agreement with them and say, hey, I will give you guys a plate of food, but sometimes your presence can be intimidating to the people who come here because they're not familiar with seeing people who are homeless. So if I give you this plate of food, don't be telling the whole block,
Hmm.
just get on and go on about your business. I bet. I knew they was going to show up. I
Right.
had their food, they bounced, I ain't had no problem. So just developing those types of relationships with the community, the venue owners, the artists, and that trust to know that when I say I'm going to throw a show and it's going to start at 8 o'clock, it's going to start at 8 o'clock. If I say free food, it's going to be free food. If I say live stream, it's going to be live stream. Just developing those standards on how I did
Hmm.
business, whether people liked it or not. It was a standard, it was a high standard. So that's what the book was
Hmm.
about. And the documentary is basically just there was a point in my career where I was rapping. When I first started, I was on stage, and a lot of people have that footage and they won't throw it off. They won't give it to me. They won't sell it to me. So it caught me
Hmm.
that a lot of people have a footage of me and I'm not getting it. Let me start documenting. So the documentary is kind of like the last 10 years of me being with JPB and kind of transition over to Grind City. Just some of the stuff that I had done and this 30 years of me doing what I'm doing. So yeah, they're both available on Amazon, and then on my Roku channel as well.
Absolutely. 30 years in the game is a long time to be given the game. And I know it's been some bumps on the roads. What are some of the biggest lessons you've learned on your journey?
One of the biggest lessons that I had to learn was stop being in my own way.
Mm.
Stop assuming that you know why someone feels the way they feel or if they really feel that way. We put a lot of
Mm.
barriers in front of ourselves. Oh, it's because I'm this that they don't like me. Or if they do you even know if they don't like you? Maybe they just don't like what you're doing.
Right.
Maybe they, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah. Right.
I had all these things that were presented to me, and it really sat on me heavy when I really started to believe that. So stop getting in my
Mm.
own way of believing what someone else got to say. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna do this shit any fucking way. I love what I do. So I'm
Right.
gonna do what I do. So once I
Uh,
started really getting out of my own way and just really believing in myself, I would say the next obstacle was getting others to believe in themselves. Because as
mm.
much as these guys are cocky as hell, when you get down to the
Mm.
business aspect of it, they don't believe that they can sell tickets. They don't believe it. They feel like you either owe
Oh.
them something and the world's
Mm.
just gonna come see them, or deep down inside, they don't have the confidence to get out there and really push themselves like they need to be the artist that they swear they are. So just getting out of my
Mm.
own way and trying to keep people around me who aren't in their own way. And what I found out from both of those lessons was I do much better when I work by myself. For a long time,
Mm.
I worked by myself, and now that I know how to delegate better, now I know how to be a better leader. Now I can have
Mm.
teammates because now I'm not commanding. I'm not demanding.
Mm.
I'm suggesting and listening and understanding that this is a team. So it took me a long
Right.
time to learn those lessons. I'm glad I learned them. They're very valuable, but I had to go through what I went through to learn them so I would not make those mistakes again as I age in this game.
Absolutely. That was some good lessons on, how to delegate them, how to move in the correct manner. Hip hop therapy.
Yes.
Uh, I know that's what you're doing these days, and you kind of speaking on mental illness and also helping artists. Uh, I would say best way to say this: navigate through their career with clarity. And tell us about hip hop therapy.
So hip hop therapy, I've been teaching hip hop therapy in various forms for about 20 years. First, it started out hip hop 101, rhyme and reason. And
Mm.
rhyme and reason was really, you have a lot of people saying a lot of stuff on a microphone without good reason.
Mm.
Especially one. So when I look at hip hop, before
Mhm.
now it's a little different because now we got ghostwriters and things like that. But when I came up in hip hop, the person that was on the mic was the person that wrote the stuff, and they had a reason for what they were writing. Right? It wasn't
Mhm.
just, oh, I heard dude say this and it sounded fly, so I'm gonna implement that into my style. No, LL was LL because that's how
Mhm.
LL felt. Period.
Yeah.
Buster was Buster because that's how Buster felt. Queen Law was Queen Law because that's how she felt. MC like that's how these people felt. So when I started to see hip hop change, and I seen a flux of young people getting into hip hop, I wanted to know the reasons behind these rhymes because I'm talking to a lot of these young people, and they're cool as hell, but their music says that they'll cut your throat. And I'm going, do you want to do that? And if so, why? What is your problem? So it started
Right.
off from that, and I began getting opportunities to teach it in like detention centers and children's
Mhm.
hospital. So it became more of hip hop therapy. Like, what is your theme song? I think everybody should have a theme song, like Chef. If you a bad mom scrunchy, you need to make your own
Mhm.
theme song. And I wanted to be able to teach that, especially to children who were in the hospital, because they're battling something that I can't comprehend. You're
Mhm.
sick at 9 years
Absolutely.
old and you got cancer. I can't.
Mhm.
So how do you empower yourself when you're having one of those days that you just don't like? You just feel like giving up. You gotta have your song. You gotta have that song. You gotta have.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah.
what hip hop therapy is bringing. It depends on where I'm teaching it. If I'm teaching it outside of my facility, then it's really about giving people an opportunity to create their theme song in like 45 minutes. If I'm teaching it inside of Grind City, it's a whole different deal. It's like 2 days, and I get people together. We sit down, we talk about a pain, an issue. The one that we did that stood out was Guns Down, Mics Up. I had all these young people coming here. It was like 9 of them that volunteered that came in. We talked about them losing somebody through violence. These are grown men in here finally crying, finally allowing themselves to feel that. And then we wrote a song on the fly. I had a producer come in, he made the beat on the fly. We wrote the song on the fly, and we put the song out. It was supposed to go farther than that. However, instead of working with babies, I was working with my babies, what they were grown people. So I'm about to put a
Mhm.
song out called Guns Down, Mics Up. And after you got off your verse of that, you went out and dropped the album like all your guns up, I'm shooting in the air for I can't push this now. It's contradictory. I can't push it. So I had to
Yeah.
that particular part of it. But that's pretty much what hip hop therapy is about. And now we have it where we're looking to get more acclimated with foster care systems so that we can bring some of those foster care young people in here and get some of their frustrations off of their chest so that they know that they don't have to carry their past in a book bag with them all the time. You could drop that shit off
Mhm.
the curb, refocus, and find a new energy for your life and go forward. By the time you reach 18, you can think of something more positive to be doing instead of just the pain that you've been through. So that's hip hop therapy.
Mhm. I love that changing the narrative.
Yes, sir.
Uh, she said, I love what she said earlier because music was the same element for me. I do a little music here and there, but music for me was an outlet. And sometimes the best outlet is music. It's because it's healing. It's so healing. Um, well, you could take that pain and you could translate it into words that's powerful beyond measure. Because then once you lay them words down, you don't want to act upon them. You find a release in it. A lot of people don't understand that. That was what it was me. I found the release, whatever anger or whatever action that I wanted to do. Once I laid it to pen and paper, it was like, but it's over. It's just like, excuse me, it's just like smoking a blunt and knowing your bills due. When you once they smoke that blunt, you like fuck them bills, and that's how it is when you put it on paper. When you mad and you
Fuck
let that
that
shit out on,
bill,
you know.
man.
You
Fuck
know
that.
what I'm saying? Fuck
Yes,
that bill, you know what I'm saying?
yes, I
But that's
understand.
that's how it is, you know, and that's how it should be when you put pen to paper and you allowing yourself to be vulnerable. And I love artists that do that because everything ain't about uh coochie this and shooting this and killing that. Be real with yourself
Be real with
Allow
yourself.
yourself
And
to
people don't
feel.
understand. You don't. You know, when I make music, I got songs where I'm just sitting there screaming and hollering. Like I'm not putting every song that I make out. I make it because it's
Mm,
for me first and foremost. I
right.
share it because I can, but I make it because I
Mm,
need to. I have to make music. It
mm,
keeps me balanced. So
mm,
everybody should have that type of outlet, and that's why I developed the platforms that I have because a lot of people create content. A lot of people have songs that need radio play, and a lot of people write. So I have writers in my magazine that were hidden writers. They weren't published until I was like, "Yo, I know you write.
mm,
Send me something." They're like, "For
mm,
real?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna publish it for real, for real. Yeah." Now you in Five Magazine.
mm.
You got writer credits now, so that gives you motivation to continue to write. Hey, give me your song. Do
Absolutely.
it sound good? It sound good? Yeah, let's put it on W Grind Radio. We got charts over here. Yeah, yeah, we track. We track. Oh yeah, yeah. You push your show. We're gonna keep playing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, now you see yourself on the chart. That's giving you motivation. Oh man, you got a music video, dope.
Absolutely.
You got a TV show you make. Yeah, it's a podcast. Look good. Yeah, it sound good. Yeah, let's get it on. Let's get it on Grind City TV on Roku. For real, you gonna put me on TV? Yeah, that's gonna give you motivation to keep doing what you're doing. So at the end of the day, my job is to motivate and provide platforms so that you can see it in action and not just the platforms that everybody else do. We're exclusive. We're not for
Right.
everybody. We don't talk to everybody.
Right.
We're special.
Right.
So we want you to feel special. So when you come around here and watch the stuff we do, it's different. It's not like everybody else. You're not going to find it everywhere. We got content on our site and our app that's exclusively on there. We got content that's on the channel that's always going to be free. But I also got on my app and on my site a part where it's pay per view. Like you can't get it to you. So it depends on what level you really trying to deal with a song. We have a lane for it all. So we're just looking to continue to build and network with people who are serious about what they do, and not only just serious about what they do, but serious about improving what they do. Because it's always about anteing up, learning from each other, and making what you do better than it was yesterday. Create something that didn't exist yesterday, and keep pushing. So that's what it is. Grind
Absolutely.
City, baby.
Absolutely. If you ain't grinding, you wasting time.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
You ain't grinding, you
international.
ain't surviving. Oh,
Oh, where is your grinding for real? Drink water and get money.
uh,
Y'all saw the song. Y'all saw the song I was playing in my
famous
reel.
song.
Shout
Get
out
the
Wild.
Grind City Premium Spring Water when you visit.
I'm trying to
Get
tell
your
you.
Grinders Water when you visit Grind City in Pittsburgh, PA. Shameless plug.
I'm trying to tell you.
Shameless plug,
uh,
bro.
it,
Yeah,
and it was a good one. It was a good one. And that's international radio station.
W
We
Grind Radio.
grind radio.
Yeah,
Tell
W
them, tell them about
Grind.
the radio station.
W Grind
Artists.
Radio. Very new. Just dropped. It's crazy. My other company. I've done all these things before. I was like on TV before. So it was just like, all right, what did I like the most about what I did before that I shelved that I wanted to bring back? And radio was one of those things. Now that you guys, back in the day when I was on radio and trying to get on the internet, you had to use something called pirate radio. It was crazy. It was horrible. You had all these codes and shit. You had to try to keep up with the IP address, or people couldn't tune in. It was
That
nothing
was
like it
crazy.
is now. We had to dig, and so now you could just go, buy a radio station if you want to. And that's what I did. Again, for those songs that people should be hearing, but they're not. We got new music Mondays
Right.
every Monday. We got the Me and My show to come on. It's a live interview show hosted by my girl Simply Sheba every Friday at 11 at noon Eastern Standard Time. We got the 4500 show 8 p.m. on Fridays coming. We got Rain and Remix show every Wednesday at 7. Like so, we have shows on there, but it's more about getting artist music played so it can chart. There are charts
Mm,
out here that make sense. So if you have your Spotify list, yay, that's fantastic. I'm on a Spotify list. Okay, great. You got to add that with other stuff. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep grinding. You have to find radio stations that are invested in a radio station, which means they are bought your DDR charting. That way, when your song plays, you can see that on
mm,
my site. Click on it. It's going to take you to the DDR chart that is on. It's going to show you every radio station that plays your song. Those plays
mm,
add up. That's where those royalties come from. That's where those plaques come from.
mm.
So there's a method to the madness. It's just building it up, getting the support for it, getting people to submit their music and pushing it. And so that's where we're at with it right now. We got it up. We got it going. I'm going to start New Music Mondays live, where I'm actually live playing the
Oh,
music As soon as I'm waiting on my banner to come in because I like everything branded. I brand
Yeah.
everything, so I like the brand. Like if I turn this around, you'll see like the walls are spray painted. Like I like everything branded. So I think that's very important to make sure that people know what they're watching, why they're watching it, where they're watching it, all that stuff. So I'm waiting on that new banner to come in for the home base and the live show that I do here for W Grind Radio. But it's real simple. Get us your music, MP3s. We take 2 songs per artist every month. WGrindRadio@gmail.com. Send us your shit. We'll let you know when it's going to play, and you can check out the site or the app. We got all 3 of our apps on Google Play. Watch Grind City TV. That's for the Roku channel. On the television aspect, WGrindRadio.com or W Grind Radio on Google Play, and we also have Grounders Magazine on Google Play, so you can find us all on Google Play. Why ain't it on Apple? Because Apple's greedy and they want all the damn money, so I ain't spending that right now. That's why they ain't on Apple. If you got an iPhone, just type in the websites, wgrindradio.com, grindcity.biz, or groundersmagazine.com. You can still get to the same information.
Exactly.
Hey.
That means support, support, support. What's up, Vet? I see you in the building. Y'all know what time it is, and this is quick jump in announcement time. So I'm gonna say it like this. So y'all already know. Versus Underground, Chief of YZ versus Haywall, October 13. Make sure y'all tap in. Catalog versus catalog, 3 rounds. You know what's going down. You know how we get down. So just make sure y'all tapped into the building. Come see these underground artists do their thing and compete. Put their catalogs up against catalog. You know how the format goes, like the regular versus the mainstream, but we do it underground in a different way. It's catalog versus catalog. 3 songs each round, last round 4 songs. You know how 10 songs a piece, man. Which artist you think? Go take it, be in the building, get your vote on, get your view on, and enjoy this night because we do this for the culture. Also, also, thank God it's Friday Music Fest. Halloween, you already know. Artists sign up. You know, you got to October 20th to get your full minute set in. Live performance. Or you performing 1 or 2 of your songs live. You can do a mashup. You can do 1 song. It's pretty much up to the artist, and they get to pick the intimate background that they choose to choose. But remember, they got to be performing the song live. Also, second annual Chapter of the Podcast Awards. December, you know, we're coming. Voting is going to be opening in late November, so stay tuned. I got so much on the platform. This is just some of the things. So you stay tuned. So you last thing. So you think you funny the comedic competition? You know, I'm working to get that set up and get that ready. I got some comedians that's getting ready. We're gonna start shooting some episodes and get some pilots out in November on the online platform, and we definitely can't wait to take this shit live for real in the space. But we working from the ground. Y'all keep supporting the movement. Y'all know. I ain't gotta tell y'all. Now with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Before we get out here, we got one more song from my special guest motivator, and we're gonna have 1 or 2 more questions after the song. Let's see.
You also play that slide joint. Why not?
We closing y'all out with it.
Yeah, play that slide joint. You got on the shirt. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's only right. Hold on, I gotta find it. It's only right. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, I know it was up there somewhere.
Always spit what I mean. Well, you know I keep it real, yo. Sometimes you just gotta let some shit slide. Sometimes we just gotta let some shit slide. You know what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes we just gotta some shit slide. Guys is dying over the most petty. Sometimes we just gotta not so petty. They don't walk like me. Sometimes we just gotta let some shit slide to stay alive. Sometimes we just gotta let some shit slide. Yo, what I mean by that? Killer drama. Say that this business shit, I ain't your mama. Don't got time for it, strong like Obama. Structured and focused like dating in a sauna. I use this as a healing source. Yes, I be that real, no fakes. Keep my circle small. No snakes, my city stand tall, no flakes. Now let's keep it moving. What you do it for? Me trying to tighten up that credit score. Why they being industry whores is not appealing. Can we please go back to having movements with feelings? These cats is cold and they movements is bold, ready to pimp you out and steal your soul. Get deep with crooks and get hooked on being grimy. I let the dysfunction pass by me. Yup. And let some shit slide. And let some shit slide. Yo, sometimes we just let some shit slide. Stay alive. Yo, sometimes we just gotta let some shit slide. Stay alive. Sometimes we just gotta let some shit slide. They don't walk like me.
Yes,
That's the fun part.
oh,
Oh,
yeah, man.
no, the producer, my man in Texas made that beat right there.
Uh oh. Don't. Y'all, hey, y'all want to see how on Spotify?
Yeah,
Look up the pusher, the button pusher,
yeah. That's my
and
music.
you'll see the catalog. And you'll tap into the music there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't like to get too much away. You gotta go tap in for yourself and do your research.
Do your homework.
You know what I'm
Do
saying?
your own homework.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Um, there's somebody getting in the industry and they're trying to find their way and it seems overwhelming. What advice would you give to that person?
Um, First of all, know why you're getting into the industry. You got to examine that part first. Know
Mm,
why. Because if it's just money, you can just make money somewhere else. You won't just make
right.
money coming here. So,
Mm,
define that for yourself. Know your boundaries when getting in this industry because the
mm,
frustration will cause you to do stuff that's out of your character if you don't put
mm,
boundaries in place. So, know your boundaries when you get in this industry. And um, no matter what lane you get in, you're going to be more valuable the more things you learn,
mm,
right? So I'm just a rapper. Why?
mm,
Why not be a rapper and a lighting person? Why not be a
mm,
rapper and a camera person? I'm not saying perfect it. What I'm saying is know something else about the other parts because that part might get you in.
mm.
And that's how they discover you're a rapper. See, the scene is flooded with rappers. It's not flooded with coders. It's not flooded with more, what I'm saying? It's not flooded with all the other parts that need to take place in order for an artist to be successful. So know what those lanes are. You don't have tons of dope road managers. You just don't.
Mm.
But if we
No.
did, we'd have better result with some of the artists that are out. So
Mm.
know why you're getting into it Know your boundaries and learn different lanes in it so that you are more valuable to the rooms that you step into.
Mm, yeah. That right there.
That right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Right there. Sheesh. Know the room you stepping in can get you as farther than you know.
I tell you, man,
Sometimes
like
people walking in.
I went in, I went in a lot of rooms as an artist, and
Mhm.
I say grindcity.biz, and they say, "What's that?" And I say, it's my Roku channel. If you go to Roku, type in Grind City TV Network. Oh wow, what do you do there? Oh, I do this. Well, how did you do that? Well, I had to make the commercial. Well, who made you make commercials? Yes. So now no longer am I a rapper. I'm no longer a rapper now. Because now their business
Yeah.
needs a commercial. So now that's another way to make bread. That's another way for people to say my name. That's another way for people to refer my company. And
Mm,
then you might get to my song. Right. So
mm.
yeah, I never pushed myself as an artist first. I can't say never, but early in my career I did. But once I got into media, it was all about the media after that.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand it. I understand it because I push my media before I push my music. So I understand it. And y'all shopping y'all bag. People are no longer coming in the game a single threat. Is what she's trying to tell you. They coming in the game a triple threat. If you really want to succeed, you got to be a triple threat. You got to have more than one hustle. You know what I'm
The
saying?
industry not looking for artists, they're looking for entities. Looking for
Mm,
businesses. They want to buy
mm,
you and be careful because they'll push you in a 360 deal and everything you touch, they want a piece of it. But that's what they're looking for. If you're
mm,
looking to be a part of the industry, you better come with your merchandise, your sites, your everything you got. They want a piece of it. And if you're willing to do that, if that's within the realms of your boundaries, they will definitely pay you for it. But if you're just a rapper, you're gonna get a single deal, possibly. If it blow up, you'll get a couple, maybe an album deal. Who buys albums anymore? You
mm.
make money from touring. You make money from merchandise. You make money from lecturing and speaking and teaching and all of the other things that have little to do with rap. So know your lanes and learn more. Be able to learn. Put yourself in a position to learn all of the time. If you get in a position where you're not learning, you could be dead. If you can't learn, you're dead. You're dead out here.
Mm.
So you got to learn. You got to always be learning. I'm a constant student. I'm always learning.
Got to be. Got to be a sponge. Before we get out here, though, let them know where they can find you at, what platforms you on, social medias, websites. Let them know.
For TV, if you want to see the website, grindcity.biz, B-I-Z, radio, wgrindradio.com, magazine, grind us with a Z, magazine.com. To reach Coach K, you could just hit me up on Facebook or Instagram at Coach K K K K. So it's Koachk. That's on Instagram and Facebook. And then as Grind City Media or Grind City Music Distribution, both of those are on Instagram as well. All the information about pretty much everything I do is on grindcity.biz.
Absolutely. So make sure you supporting the movement. Make sure you supporting the platform. Make sure you supporting the guests that come on the platform. Everywhere she's at, make sure you support her. If you need somebody to talk to, if you didn't reach out, you can reach out to her. You can reach out to me. My line open. We have a prayer line. You can reach out. Whatever healing you need, always is always an avenue, somebody to talk to. So reach out, man.
Yeah.
Reach out. Don't be afraid to be. And also make sure that you leave, that the footprint you leave is sufficient enough to make an impact in somebody else's life.
Make them in concrete, not sand. Don't watch
Yeah,
it.
man.
No, hey, shout out to my squad, man. Like on some real talk. Shout out to all the members and producers of Grind City TV Network. Shout out to all my writers,
Yeah.
especially Nico, Nikki over there on Grinders Magazine. We just got ourselves a new writer. He's gonna be doing blogs for us. Shout out to brother Daryl
Mhm.
Barrett. He's gonna be dropping some marketing magic on us on Grinders Magazine. Shout out to my AI director. We got some stuff coming. It's top secret. I'm not telling y'all yet, but got
Uh-oh.
some top stuff, secret stuff coming for Baby Grinders. Shout out to everybody that I work with. I do a lot of work, and I appreciate y'all. To all the people who support me, continue to support me over these 3 decades. I salute you, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I love y'all. Just know that I'm not done just because I switch lanes. I'm not done. I'm just getting started. So keep watching.
Uh-oh. Keep watching. Stay tuned and tap in. You know what it is. Ch- Tap in.
Brother
Chop it up the pot.
Price, shout out to you, brother. And I appreciate the interview, man. You're very, very, very cool interview. I had a really nice time. Dope questions. I love the energy, man. Chop it up. We chopped it up on the podcast. I appreciate
Hell
you.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
I know. I appreciate you for coming on. It was my pleasure. This been Chop It Up the podcast. I mean, boy, Hawk Life. Chop it up. Let's talk.
Yo.
Yes, sir.